All right, welcome back to Sports Extra, everybody. I'm Reggie Chatman as we continue our coverage of the Hawks returning to the playoffs for the first time in quite a long time. No play-in, everybody. They'll be facing off against the New York Knicks, this coming after them resting everybody. Garrett, you actually suited up for the Hawks tonight, and they got absolutely blown out. So, look.
That's probably why.
Yeah, that's probably why. Obviously, let's just get straight to it. Sudu, the fact that they're facing off against the Knicks, a team that they have some history in the past with, how do you kind of feel like this Hawks team stacks up based on how they've been playing the back half of this year?
You know, that's the first thing I said when I saw you tonight. I was like, Reggie, my excitement about this city and the teams in the city and what I've seen from the Hawks throughout, really post-All-Star break, makes me want to go with the Hawks. They have depth, obviously. I love their size and length. The trades that, I know we're going to talk about Ansi Salah in a little bit, but the trades that they've been able to make and bolster the squad, the job Quinn Snyder's done, it's an incredible story. But I look at the Knicks, I look at their size, and I go, who's going to defend Cat? Who's going to defend Mitchell Robinson? You got a guy in this is a team with playoff experience. And the other thing is, unlike years past where you maybe have to worry about them being worn down coming into the playoffs, this year with Mike Brown, not as much.
Yeah.
So as an overall matchup, I think the Hawks can take this to a Game 7. But I still kind of lean towards the Knicks. I think their size ultimately and what they can do on the boards is probably the deciding factor. But God, they're just so much fun to watch. And I want to watch the Hawks as long as I can see them. Ultimately, it's probably going to end up being just the Celtics, right, in the Eastern Conference Finals. Probably. But gosh, if we can just get a little run from the Hawks, that'd be incredible. Because this team is too good, and the way they were all brought in together and what they've been able to do, you really want to see them a lot in the postseason.
And boy, does it affect the city when the Hawks are playing well. We think back to that 2021 playoff push where they made that run to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got that. They had to go through the Knicks to get there in that series with Trae Young and all of the madness surrounding it. I'm curious, Garrett, does some of that rivalry transfer over, or did that all go out the door when Trae went to the Wizards?
I think a lot of that went out the door when Trae went to the Wizards. You have to say that, right? Julius Randle's gone, R.J. Barrett's gone, John Collins, he was dunking on the process and in that playoff run, but at the same time, he's gone too. So these are two completely different teams. I think the fans in New York City probably will have some animosity built up there, but that's a them problem. As far as this series itself, this is going to be a lot of fun. And like you said, when this city has good Hawks playoff basketball, it lights up. That place, when they were playing playoff basketball, was unlike anything I've seen up there at State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. I remember going through all of those, doing the standing room only tickets, because I was going to the games and being a fan. The energy that you feel in that place, around that place, it was palpable.
People have been longing for this team to get back to that position they were just years ago. And especially in those big games, you can feel a different energy and a buzz. That game a couple of days ago when they clinched it, you could really feel it inside that building. Now, mind you, where do they kind of stack overall, though, Garrett? The Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Raptors, and then everybody else kind of behind them. Do you feel like if they get past the Knicks, they can make some sort of run here against any of those teams? Where do they kind of stack up, actually? Or is it just the fact that they're in sixth, that's where they are?
It depends on which team shows up. Is it the one who showed up after the All-Star break where they're 19-5 down the stretch, or is it the one that kind of sluggishly made their way through the first parts of the season? That's the really big question that you got to ask. And how does your game change when you get to the playoffs? You don't have a lot of experience. I'd say the New York Knicks have, just for a perfect example. That is going to be a critical facet of this game, or of this series. How are you on the boards? How are you in half-court offense? If you can effectively answer those questions, then you have a chance.
Now, there was a chance for them to have played against the Cavaliers in this upcoming series. Sudu, they did rest their starters and lost against the Heat. Everything worked out math-wise. I'm not good at math, but they're now playing against the Knicks instead of the Cavs. Would you wish they had played that game with all their starters and played against the Cavs, or do you like that matchup versus the Knicks a little bit better?
I think from that former rivalry standpoint and some of the storylines, I do like this Knicks matchup better. I think I agree with the idea to sit the guys, right? You're getting back into the playoffs. You're not having to worry about the play-in game. You're in the playoffs either way, and you're going to play a top-tier team anyway. So I was completely okay with it. I know some fans were not happy with that decision from Quinn Snyder. I personally thought it was the smart thing to do. And personally, like I said, I think if, as Garrett was saying, it depends on which Hawks team shows up. I think it would have been the same Cavs, Knicks. If this version of the Hawks we've seen post-All-Star break shows up, and you're getting not only the guys that are starting, but also coming off the bench, you're getting some strong minutes, I don't think it would matter in the end anyways.
All right. And Jalen Brunson is the big difference. Yeah. That's the X factor. That's the big difference here for the Atlanta Hawks. James Harden, great player. Look, he's not Jalen Brunson.
Sure.
In the playoffs at Madison Square Garden, that's the part that gets me a little bit worried.
But
we also have Donovan Mitchell.
And Donovan Mitchell, of course. I mean, and then
will
this
say,
Jared
though,
Allen and the size down low.
But also the playoff experience, though, that those guys bring in Cleveland as well. I think that's kind of the big thing with this team is, you got guys like C.J. McCollum here, obviously, but it's those teams are all bringing a lot of playoff experience, and that's going to be something to really look at with this team, I think.
All right, before we go, we got a couple more things that I have to ask you about. I'm going to give you each like 30 seconds each, right? Ansi Saleh, I'm curious, after all the moves he made, trading Trey away, bringing Kristaps in, having him leave, Nickeil, CJ, how much credit does he deserve for the back half of the schedule and how well they played?
Oh, yeah, he's got to get credit for this. I mean, the length and the size that they have on the wing, that's why they're winning basketball games. That's why they're in this. The addition of C.J. McCollum, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, all of that goes to this general manager right here. Ansi Saleh absolutely needs to be in consideration.
Quinn Snyder and the Hawks, 46 and 36. Number one is an assist per game, top 10 in defensive rating. These are things that we never thought we'd necessarily say about the Hawks. And there were question marks. Again, whether he was the guy, has he proven to you, Sudu, that he is the man to lead this Hawks team going forward?
I think so. I think, obviously, Quinn throughout his career has been a consistent developer of players. His teams have always been good, whether you want to look back at what he did with the Jazz and what he's doing with the Hawks. And just that, the cast changing for him. A huge turnover, and the fact that they are a better team, that's a huge credit to Quinn Snyder. I know he had a previous relationship with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, which played a factor in him coming to Atlanta as well. I think Quinn Snyder, there's that top tier of coaches in the NBA. I think Quinn Snyder's right below that, a really good coach. And 100%, like Ansi gets a ton of credit for putting that together, but the coach is the one who has to take it to the court and actually make it work and gel. He's done a tremendous job.
It's been since 2021 since he's had a playoff series win. How much pressure does he feel to get a win?
I think
he's an underdog.
Yeah. I think tremendous pressure.
I think the fact that they got here is maybe for some people is good enough.
For
Just
now.
don't go out there and get blown out.
Yes.
At the end of the day, go out there and play well and give some people here something to cheer about. All right.